Hello friends, so this is the part 2 of that video of the staircase and snake problem video. So if you have not watched the part 1, then I will highly recommend it to watch that first, because if you have not watched it then you will not understand this part. Okay, so if you have watched it, then let's move further. So now we just in the last video we saw about the two steps, one step and two steps. Now we will see about the k continuous steps, which means, for example, if my k is 3, then I am taking the example as 1, 2, 3 steps. That means that I can have a jump of 1, 2 or 3. Very fine. Same thing as I obtained the result in the last video, f of n minus 1 plus f of n minus 2, same result I will obtain here as well, that I will imagine that I am moving from the top to the bottom, which means from the nth stair to the ground. Then I can have a jump of 1, 2 or 3. I will have a jump of 1, 2 or 3, right? So I will have a recurrence relation as f of n minus 1 plus f of n minus 2 plus f of n minus 3. Now the base case, it will also remain the same. At any stage, if my n becomes 0, then I will return 1, and if my n becomes less than 0 at any case, then I will return 0. Very fine. Now the complexity of this would be what? See, we saw that the complexity was here, here it was O of n, and in space as well it was O of n, but we modified it with the help of the relation that we only need the last two numbers, like last two, so to have the result. So we reduce that O of to O of 1 space, although I was having O of n space, right? Same will be here as well. The time complexity would be O of n into k, because for every step, n step, I am moving to these all steps, right? Which means that for every ith step, I need to check for the every k steps, previous k steps, right? See, for the n equal to 1 and n equal to 2 case, which means that I have the option for 1 jump or 2 jump, I was checking for the 1 and 2, which means the last two values. But for this, for every I will check the last k values. So my complexity will be O of n into k, and space will be O of n as usual, because here I cannot take the sum of 2 and I will do that. So yeah, now you will say that, okay, how to optimize this further using bottom approach? Then see, if you clearly see that for case 2 jump, if I show you in a visual appealing way, then for case 2 jump, the base case was that initially you had 0 for 1, then for 1 you had 1, then very fine, okay, encoding overloaded. So yeah, then I need to find for 2. For 2, I checked the value from last two values and I added them. So for 2, I added 1 and 1, so I got 2. For 3, I added 2 and 1, I got 3. For 4, I added 3 and 2, I got 5, right? Which means that I was having these two to find the answer for next one. Okay, if I had the case for 3 jumps, then how it will look like? I will have these as base cases. See, now you will say that, okay, Aryan, you said that for n equal to 0, 1, and for rest it will be like for the less than 0, which means, yeah, 0, you said that it will be 0, but here you are saying that base cases are 1, 0, 1 and 2. How it is possible? See, it is possible that to find the value for, yeah, you are saying absolutely right that 0 will be a base case, except that no one will be base case. But to find the answer for 1, you need to check the last k values, which means you need to check the last 3 values. 1 is one value, 1 is right here, but what are 2 more values? I will assume it as 0. So I can assume that if by any step it goes beyond, then I will add 0. So to find the value for the 1 here, I will add 0, 0, 1. Understanding, right? To find the value, okay, it erased too much. Yeah. To find the value of 2, I need to have the last 3 values, but I can clearly see that I can have only these 2. So yeah, last one is 0. Although you can't go minus index, but you will assume that if any step set goes negative, then you will add 0 instead of any number. Very fine. Thus, you can clearly see that to actually start finding your answer, you need to find from 0 to less than k first, because for the I equal to k, you will have the last k values to sum up to get the answer, which means that for the result 3, I need to have the last 3 values as sum. So I will have 1, 1 and 2. So it will result the sum as 4. Then for my, let me erase this. Yes. So for my 7, I need to have the last 3 values sum, which means that this. So it will result in 7. Now you can clearly see that for, like it was example for k equal to 3, but for the generalized case, which means for k, first you will find the dp values of starting k blocks, which means for 0 to k minus 1, right? Using the method I showed you above, that for 0 it will be 1, for 1 it would be nothing but up till the sum, how far I had the sum, I will just add it right here. So it is 1 for now. Up till sum how much I have? 2. So I will write 2. Up till sum how much I have? I had 4. So I will write 4. Up till sum how much I have? I will write 8, and so on and so forth. Right? Okay. When you have found the value, like with the array of dp array from 0 to k minus 1, then actually you will start finding your answer. How? Let me erase this back. Then you will start finding your answer, which means that for this element you will you will check the last k sums, which means that you will check the last k sums. Now you will add it right here and will result it here, right? For the next element also you will have the last k sums, which means that the element which was first one, which it will got excluded. I can show you here. It will exclude and it will include. So the complexity which I was having as n into k, which means that for every step, for every step I will have to have the sum of last k steps. So for every step, and I have n steps in total, for every step I will have k last ones. So I will have to I will have to add these k. But if you see more clearly, then by anyhow I can reduce it. See, what I'm doing right now is I am on the ith step and I will take the last k sums, last k elements, and I will add them to find the answer for the ith step, and I will do it for every n steps. So it will be n into k. But if by anyhow I can find my sum of last k steps in O of 1, then my complexity will reduce to O of n rather than O of n into k. Very fine. How I will do that? I will do that by window sliding method. Now I must be pretty sure that you must be knowing something about window sliding, but if not, then your brother is right here. So to have understanding of window sliding, we will have a small example on this case as here. Now firstly I will assume that you have found the answer up till this k, which means that you have found the answer for these k starting elements, for these 3 elements. Very fine. Now you have found the answer for these 3 elements, right? Now you need to find the answer for this 3. So you will only take the sum. Firstly, you will only take the sum of these k elements, which will be in O of k. You will find before. Then you will just place right here. Then when you are gonna find for the number 7, then what you will do? You had this sum right here, right? As you already computed before, so you had the sum. You will add this sum with this new value you obtained right here, and you will subtract this last one, right? Now you might ask, okay, what is this last one? Like if I am standing on index 4, so I needed to add my index 3 in it, or you can say that I had this sum right here. Okay, if I'm standing on index 3, right, so I will have this sum, which is this sum right here. Then the sum is right here 4. Now for this 4 I need to add this one sum at index 3. So I will add 4 in it, and I will subtract what? I will subtract 4 minus this one, the number of elements right here, which are key elements, which is 3 minus 1. It will result me in 0. So I will subtract this index value, which is right here, minus 1. I will get 7. Understanding? So what I did was, let me erase it. What I did was, I had this sum, right? I had this sum. I will add the latest most value and I will subtract the first most value which is in my window, and it is called the window sliding method. So now with the help of this, you can reduce your complexity from O of n into k to O of n, because you are finding the range sum of k elements in O of 1 time. Now like I hope that you guys have understood this. Now like you can easily add the code of this. It is nothing but a slight modification of the bottom approach we learned in the Fibonacci one. You just have to find the answer for 0 to k. First of all, 0 less than k, then you will move from k to n such that you will have the answer. You will have the answer called sum before. Then you will add the latest element and you will subtract that particular first element of that window, right? So I will highly encourage you to write that. Now we will move on to the another interesting optimization, or you can say another interesting modification of this problem, which is that, okay, I was saying that I can have k jumps. What if that k jumps are not continuous? Which means that I can have a jump of 1, 3 and 5. So it is nothing. I can just simply write my f of n as f of n minus 1 plus f of n minus 3 plus f of n minus 5, right? Which means that I have to do nothing. I just need to replace those key values which was, like I said, the 1 to 3 to 1, 3, 5, and the base cases will remain same, which means for n equal to 0 it will return 1, for n is less than 0 it will return 0. Very fine. Now in this problem, like for any numbers, if I had a snake in them, which means that if I say that at let me erase this because it's of no use to us. Now if I say that at my step 1 I have a snake, at my step 2 I have a snake, at my step 3 I have a snake. Now I'm pretty sure that I cannot jump on my snake because it will bite me. So I have to jump on the staircase which don't have snake. So if I look at the very small problem of this, then I can write my f of n as 1 into f of n minus 1, because I can have a jump of 1, right? Because I will land on 4. See, I'm starting from 5. I will land on 4 on having a jump of 1. So it is a way which is possible. If I have a jump of 2, then I will land on a snake at step 3, which is not possible. So I will have a coefficient of 0, which means I will not include that step, right? I will include none waves from that particular step, because I will never reach that step, right? For jump of 3, I will reach at the step 2, as I showed you, and I will write as 1 into f of n minus 3. Now you can see that I wrote f of n as f of n minus 1 plus f of n minus 3. Now you can clearly see that it was for f of n, which means it was for f of 5. But by anyhow, if I reach on f of 2, then my relation would be somewhat not same, which means that for f of 2, my f of 1 is not like the platform. I cannot go on f of 1 from f of 2. So step 1 is not allowed for f of 2, but step 1 was allowed for f of 5. So at every iteration, I need to change this equation sum, which means that my f of 5, which means f of n, at every step it will be different. How it will be different? It will be represented as the sum of these f of sub problems with their coefficients as well. And how coefficients? Coefficient will represent that if it is 1, then I don't have any snake there. If it is 0, then I have a snake there, because if I have a snake, then I will not count it in my case. Now what I will do, at every stage, as I showed you, at every stage, which means at every ith, like I represent my any stage as ith stage. Let's suppose that, okay, it was already, let us say that my ith stage is this 4, right? I am supposing that my ith stage is this. So to reach this stage, number of phases would be sigma of, from, like for 4, the recent ones are 3, 2 and 1. If I, let's suppose that my k is 3, so recent ones are 3, 2 and 1. So for c of I minus j, see, I did I minus j because I am thinking that I'm standing from like the above one and I'm moving to the below ones. So if I'm standing on my I as 4, so my j is from 1, 2 or 3. So my c of I minus j would be c of 3 f of 3 plus c of 2 f of 2 plus c of 1 f of 1, right? C of 3 would be 0 because snake is right here. C of 3 will be 0, so it will become 0. C of 2 will be 1 because snake is not here. C of 1 will be 0 because snake is there at first staircase. So it will result in 1 into f of 2, which is actually f of 2. Thus, earlier I was writing my f of n is f of n minus 1 plus f of n minus 2, right? But now I need to find my f of, like for any f of I will write it as for loop from 1 to k and c of I minus j, which means for the ith stage, I minus j will represent the last, like from the I minus 1, I minus 2 up to I minus k, f of I minus j, and j is from 1 to k. So like I hope that you guys have understood it. See, I don't do nothing, I did only that. If I'm on this stage, then I need to find for the last stages, but keeping in my mind that I don't need to take these ones. So I computed, I attached a coefficient called c, which will represent at 0 or 1. 0 means I have a snake and I don't need to take that f function with me. 1 means that I don't have a snake and I can take that very easily. So I hope that you guys have understood it. If not, then it is not easy as such, and I will highly recommend to watch it again. But before watching, let's see the code first. And yeah, base case is same as such. N is 0, then return 1. N is less than 0, then return 0. Let's watch the code. But I will highly recommend that if any point you don't understand it, then I'm again saying it is not easy to understand in one go, especially the window sliding one. Like if you don't know window sliding, then I am pretty sure that you might have problem with window sliding, because window sliding is a separate topic, but I merged in here, and let's suppose that you might be having an idea of window sliding. So yeah, please, if you don't know window sliding, then please watch window sliding video first, and I will make in further videos window sliding a separate topic and good problems in that as well. But although I explained window sliding in proper manner, but yeah, it's a much deeper than that. But yeah, I hope that you guys have understood it. But let's see the code for now. The base case as such, it remains the same. N is 0, return 1. N is less than 0, then return 0. If my dp is minus 1, then I will return my dp of n, right? Like the memoization part. Now I will have my answer as 0, initialization of my answer. Then comes the main part. Earlier I was adding my k stairs as it is, which means that I was adding those k stairs as it is. Now I will add those k stairs with a condition of c as well, which means that I will have answer. See, what I was doing? I was doing f of n equals to f of n minus 1 plus f of n minus 2, right? It is nothing but f of n minus I, where I is from sigma. I is from 1 to k, and k here it was 2 for 1 and 2 steps. So it was same like this. Now I wrote the same thing like this with the condition that I will also have a c. Simple. Now it will have like the answer with me, as I showed in the here as well. Like here, it will have the answer with me, or I can show you here as well. It will have the answer with me like this. Then what I will do, I will just memoize it and return it. So yeah, that was pretty simple. Like simple it was that instead of having the two stairs, I run a for loop for all these stairs to have their sum, right? Because I cannot write f of 1, f of 2, f of k. So yeah, I run a for loop for that. And modification another was that I added a coefficient c which will represent a snake is there or not. If not there, then I will have 1. If there, then I will have 0. And if not there, then only I will have it's the answer contribution in my final answer. So yeah, the video is pretty lengthy, 20 minutes. Oh my god. But I hope that you guys must have understood it, and it was a pretty interesting and pretty, like, it was not easy first of all, and if you have not understood it, then I will highly recommend to watch it again, because it is a very good modification, although it is not asked because it is a bit harder than the usual problems. But yeah, it might be asked because it is also not hard. So yeah, I hope that you guys have understood it, and thank you very much for watching this video, and until then, be happy and keep coding, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.